Men of Reddit, what do other men need to stop doing? Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It ranks the video higher and more people will be able to find it. Pissing all over the seats of public toilets and not clearing it up. At my office, like once a week at least, somebody will put so much damn paper in the toilet it can't be flushed. Like, were you not potty trained as a child? How is this possible? Freaking my significant other, but your mom was already busy. Cracking open a cold one without me. Leaving the washroom without washing their hands. It's a minute out of your life, you freaking animal. People seem to think I didn't touch anything doesn't matter without considering that they have been touching many things all day outside of the bathroom. It's not just about cleaning the piss residue off your hands. It's a healthy habit to protect you from germs that you pick up throughout the day that could potentially get you sick. One-upmanship, especially when women are involved. Yeah, man, there are some dudes out there who become caricatures of themselves when women are present. Stop trying to amagus, idiots, and just enjoy the company. And I know that your voice isn't really that deep. Knock it off. No one's buying it. Stop giving a shit what other people think. That makes you more or less of man. It's okay to show emotion, my dudes. Pissing beside you in a bathroom with 4 other open urinals. Bro, you don't wanna be penis pals? Being so hung up on trivial factors to validate their manhood/masculinity. I'm only 4 feet 0 inches and weigh less than 80 pounds as a grown man. So many men I encounter assume that this causes me constant insecurity and grief. I could not give less of a shit in all honesty, and I feel sorry for guys whose self-worth is tied to things they cannot control due to societal expectations. There is so much you do have control over. Prove yourself in those areas. Be magnanimous, be resilient, be compassionate. If you have the power to help others, do it. Understand that there is more to care about in your life than how much you measure up to an ever-changing expectation of what a man is. Shaming other guys for being a virgin. I'm not a virgin, but there's more than one guy I know who constantly shame me for being one, because I don't brag about my sex life. I can't imagine how hard it is for the poor guys who genuinely are still virgins. And it leads to women being treated as prizes rather than people. It's fricked up on all fronts. Let people have their sexy times in their own time. Getting angry at women who turn them down / sending abusive messages if they do get turned down. Sending unsolicited dick pics. Bottling up feelings and not talking about emotions and all that. Catcalling. Incessantly talking to women who are ignoring you. Touching women or pulling out their headphones to get their attention. It's insane how much this happens, especially to women in the city who take trains/buses. If you do any of these, please just walk into traffic. Catcalling. One of the funniest moments in my life was watching a girl pass by a construction site and a boy, 16, 18ish, yelling something suggestive to her. Directly followed by a hard slap by his biker gang looking coworker for being a shit person, lecturing him that you don't talk to women like this. In a voice loud enough half the town must have heard it. Suppressing emotions. Adding on to this, suppressing emotions isn't the same as controlling them. Allow yourself to face your sadness, your anger, but only allow this if you intend to try and control them. Suppression of emotion is ignoring their presence and letting them bottle. Controlling them is a key component to maturity. Letting your emotions rule you is a one-way ticket to being impossible to deal with. It'd be nice if they stopped street drag racing in their stupid cars and killing innocent people, that's for sure. Whenever I hear a car revving at a stoplight I always looks to see if it's a cool car. But it's always that idiot in an old, beat up trash can of car with a huge spoiler on the back who thinks he's the shit. Stop being so homophobic. I can safely say that 99.9% of gay guys do not want to have sex with you. They know you're straight and that puts you off limits. Out of the ones that do hit on you, just say, "Sorry, I am straight," and they'll walk away, and you can take it as a compliment that you got hit on. The rest might be more aggressive, but just tell them to fuck off, you're not interested, and they'll eventually walk away. Thirsting over women. What does commenting on every single revealing selfie ever going to achieve? Stop it, you idiots. You're inflating their egos and make it harder for yourselves. And more importantly, you're making it harder for me. Alpha I know better, said people trying to assert their dominance. Taking a girl's virginity then laughing about it and telling all their friends. It is a dickhead move, but lots of teenagers do it and sometimes even tell me that they have taken the girl's virginity and it is just not a good motive. Are these the same guys who call women crazy for having trust issues? I've noted a strong correlation myself. Attempting to emasculate other men. Masculinity should not hinge on any activity, and attempting to make men feel like lesser men for their unwillingness to submit to peer pressure is foolish in all regards. Fueling this stupid idea of the bro code, females are equally guilty of this too, with their equivalent code. Might I add, you shouldn't need a rule to tell you not to hit on your mate's crush. It's called being a decent freaking person. Setting impossible standards, buying flowers, foreplay, remembering the kids' names, etc. What's foreplay? Brag about how much they drink. Frick, do illegal stuff. I'm not impressed and never will be. You just make me want to stay away from you so I don't end up in jail with you. Being so freaking manly for no reason, just to try to make me feel inferior. Who's homeless and who has the engineering degree? Tim. What the frick are y'all doing in the bathroom? I'm tired of cleaning the restroom at the place I work, and every time I clean it, I have to bleach the floor and toilet of the men's restroom, but never the women's. Legit, all you gotta do is piss, aim at the hole, not splash, and then wash your nasty ass penis smelling hands before you walk out the door. It's that simple. Look, sometimes there's two streams and I can't multitask. Stop saying no homo. But that's gay. Talking about how big their penis. Dude bro, mine is so large it's at least a measurement. An absolute unit. Being predatory towards women. It may not be a large portion of men, but it sure as hell doesn't reflect well on us. I don't want to be put in a position where I have to clarify that I'm against rape or sexual intimidation. It should be obvious. People are good at generalizing, and it is actually very beneficial in a lot of aspects. For example, it is great that we can generalize that jumping in front of a vehicle is a bad idea. If somebody had to explain this for all vehicles individually, it would become quite chaotic. Don't jump in front of moving cars. Okay, but trains are fine. No, nor are motorcycles. Okay, but surely trucks can't do harm. No, sorry, I really don't see the pattern here. But if a small group of men can't keep their hands to themselves, and the risk of men being like that becomes something that can be generalized, that's bad. The worst part is that it becomes necessary to be cautious for women because of men like that. No woman should feel unsafe around men because a small portion of men are toxic, and no man should have to be seen as a risk just because other men are actual predators. Wearing those skinny jeans with the baggy ass. Those have never looked good on anyone. Knocking your girl up and leaving her. Boys who grow up without fathers are statistically extremely likely to end up in drugs or criminal activity. They also don't learn what it's like to be a man or to treat women properly. Wear a fucking rubber. And if that shit breaks, freaking suck it up and raise your damn child. A significant portion of US inmates and mass shooters grew up without a father. Stop looking so damn thirsty in public. Like, yeah, I get that young lady over there is looking like a fine piece and I can glance once or twice, but brother, stop starring, it's rude. And you looking thirsty AF. I'll notice a nice young lady walk past, and instead of watching her I'll usually look around towards other men. Sometimes I can literally hear necks snap, and the stare down is obvious. Guys, use some self-control. Women probably do like being noticed and looked at a bit, but stop being so uncomfortably awkward and creepy about it. Putting pussy on a pedestal. I spent the night at my brother's house shortly after my first big breakup, and his roommate said, you put the pussy on a pedestal, man. Never put the pussy on a pedestal. While maybe sounding a bit sexist, the advice cropped up into my head several times and helped me make tough decisions that bettered my life. Additionally, times I've sought out relationships and all, made a girl the thing I wanted, have all been some of my lows. Times I've just focused on myself have been when the best things, including solid relationships, happened. Putting all their eggs in one basket. I noticed that 99% of problems my fellow men have is due to having one source of income, one source of sex, one source of happiness, one plan for their future, one group of friends, and one way to cope with problem. Then when SHTF, they are left completely lost and destroyed. You should always have contingency plans, hedge your bets, and prepare for the worst case scenario while aiming for the best case scenario. Thanks for watching lads and ladies. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.